Welcome back to Geek Show Arcade. Yes, it is Geek Show Arcade time. You're listening. You're listening to it right now.
Beep boop. Welcome.
That's right. Let's kick it off by introducing our panelists after hosting a rough
grueling
grueling game during the in-between.
Say no more.
Lando.
Hey, it's me. Yeah, that's not. You don't say anything more than it was a game. It was a good game. It was a spicy game. It was a controversial game. If you want to know more, gotta subscribe to Patreon. It's Lando, the pimper of the Patreon. The Patreon pimper.
Lando the pee-pee. All right.
I'm so happy with myself right now.
Oh,
I just came up with that on the spot, and I love it.
Hey there. Yeah, it's me, Owen. Come follow me on. Come play some Halo with me. I might teabag you on accident.
womp womp.
So,
Heard about that.
It wasn't
Patreon Discord.
It wasn't an accident. It was on purpose. I knew who it was.
I'm lying. It wasn't an accident. I teabagged you on purpose.
And he was on my own team. It wasn't even on somebody from the Atozen team.
My favorite thing is so like when I play with my friends and we win, which happens maybe once every 50 times. We teabag the entire losing team, all of us teabag just like this one person, and it's fantastic.
They call that a. Never mind. I can't say that on the podcast, but in between, maybe I could.
Maybe on the in-between. He likes to multi-teabag. He's Jaren.
Hey, I'm Jaren. You can find me on Blue Sky at Geronius. And we got a host. His name is Tony.
That is my name. Thank you, cousin Jaren.
I knew I'd remember it.
Check me out on Blue Sky at Quad T or on other awesome Geek Show podcasts. All right. As with Geek Show Help Desk, we will be foregoing the emails this week because we will need content for the next week and the week after.
So send us an email. Geekshowarcade@gmail.com.
Just like that.
We will read it on the air.
Send us
emails.
Diving into the stories for this week, let's talk a little bit about portable gaming.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh, is this
Always.
about the claw? I
Yeah,
really love the Ally X. I'm just
so
saying.
We have.
I don't know.
It's fantastic.
It is absolutely fantastic. We have a new MSI Claw on the horizon here, and it uses the new Lunar Lake chips from Intel, and actually looks pretty good.
No, really?
Yeah,
I think it was
yeah. The
stupid.
benchmarks are showing it to be pretty darn capable, and the Claw starts at 32 gigabytes of RAM. None of this 16 nonsense.
That's good.
80 watt hour battery, 2 USB-C ports, a 120 hertz VRR panel. There's two models. There's a 7-inch and an 8-inch. They're both 1920 by 1200. And
I would do the 8-inch. My old eyes.
I would too. So the 7-inch is the MSI Claw 7 AI Plus, and the 8-inch is the MSI Claw 8.
Exact same specs,
AI.
just a bigger screen.
Exactly. Yep. So the only thing that I look at this and think, man, it would be a little bit better if they could, was if the screen was OLED VRR, but nobody has an OLED VRR handheld right now. It's either OLED or it's LCD. And even then, not all the LCD ones have VRR. So this is one of the good ones, though. It's got the IPS type LCD with variable refresh rate, and of course, it's got your 6-axis, accelerometers, speakers, all the stuff you would expect normally on there. Pricing is a little steep, but actually still better than I thought it would be. Your 7-inch is going for $799, and your 8-inch is going for $899.
Is that more expensive than the Ally?
It is more expensive than the Ally, but when you factor in the more powerful SoC and 32 gigabytes of RAM,
How
you're
much
getting more
powerful, though?
So I want to say that did they have some tests here? Yeah, so these claims are backed up by tests of gaming performance of these same processors when used in laptops. So you can go look at reviews using the 285V, which is the chip it uses, the Intel Core Ultra 7 258V. No, it's 285. They have it mistyped here.
Oh.
On the spec sheet it says 258V.
Is this
but
on Club 386? Because I'm
PC
that's-
Games. Does it say
okay.
258 on Club 386?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So they
258V.
mistyped it in the article then.
Yeah.
So 258V. The nice thing about this though too is it uses the new GPU cores, the Battle Mage GPU cores, as well as it has dedicated machine learning cores on there as well. So you're going to get the better quality XeSS upscaling, as well as
Ooh, that actually is nice.
that's what I mean, as well as the upcoming XeSS frame gen, which will probably also be pretty good. So, but you know, they always say don't buy something for what it says it will be, buy it for what it is now. So
And the first claw was trash.
the first claw was trash. So
Yeah.
in no way, shape, or form are we saying you should run out and pre-order this. But what I am saying is it has potential to be pretty cool this time around.
Yeah, because it's got the 8-inch 1200p
Yep.
and
500 nits
versus.
brightness. It
Yeah.
looks like a good screen.
So the smaller one has looks like a much smaller battery, 54.5
you know what it does?
watt hour battery.
Yeah, it goes from an 80 watt hour on the 8-inch to a 54.5 watt hour
Ooh, that's
on
a lot
the
out.
7-inch. So for
Huge
$100
reduction.
more, I
Yeah.
would say go for the bigger one for $100
Wi-Fi
more.
7, Wi-Fi
Yeah.
7 versus Wi-Fi 6.
Yep, you're
Eh,
getting
I
that.
don't care about that.
That's not
Who
as big
cares?
of a deal, but you are getting a 40% larger battery and a bigger screen, which in my opinion is always good, almost always good anyway. So
Interesting. That's a contender, actually.
yeah, if MSI's software is good and it actually performs like we think it might, then might be good.
I mean, it's just going to be running Armory Crate like LAX, right? Like
No, Armory creates an ASUS program.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's the problem because like Asus actually has decent software,
Yeah. They
whereas
do.
the other competitors that aren't Steam Deck don't really. Like, and you need something decent for Windows.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So anyway, keep an eye out for this. We'll let you know how it goes, what things look like. Well, I wonder, we might be able to get our grubby mitts on one at CES in January in the MSI area. So we'll let you know what we think.
Yeah,
Moving
boy.
along to other portable gaming or not gaming. I don't know. Apple Vision Pro is going to get PSVR 2 controller support though.
Yeah, they don't have controllers of their own. They've relied on hand
hand
tracking
tracking,
as
yeah.
well as eye tracking to do what you need to do, which isn't great for games because you're locked into a certain type of game like Fruit Ninja, you know.
Yeah, bleh.
Still a great game. Come on.
I liked
Yeah.
Fruit Ninja.
Yeah, but
it's
I
good,
don't want
but
to play Fruit Ninja on a $3,000 headset.
you
Come
need
on,
you
you
need
can
more
do that.
variety.
Yep.
You need controllers because, like,
do.
even with a touch screen, it's not as fun as a game with a controller, in my opinion. Maybe Gen Zers out there will disagree because they grew up on touchscreens. But for my old millennial hands, I need me a controller. Anyway, Vision Pro, they are supposedly working with Sony to bring PSVR 2 controllers to connect with it. Makes sense because it's just a simple Bluetooth connection and this shouldn't have Bluetooth problems theoretically because your headset is so close to your hands.
Just a couple feet away.
Yeah. Problem being Sony's batteries always suck in their controllers and the PSVR 2 controllers are no exception. So you're going to have to charge those a lot.
Which is crazy to me because it's been like this for generations of their consoles.
I know. Why can't they just put a bigger battery in those?
It's like they're opposed to putting a larger battery in. It's crazy.
Opposed to spending more money, probably.
Yes, they charge enough that you should have a bigger battery. Aren't
Yeah.
DualSense controllers like $70?
Right now, you cannot buy the PSVR 2 controllers separately from the headset. So Sony would have to adjust their strategy here
Yep.
to
They're
sell
dumb
these
if they
separately.
don't. They're dumb if they don't, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just more money for them.
Yeah, but you also got to consider how many Apple Vision Pros are there actually in the wild, and how many of
10.
those people would want to
10.
buy, how would want to buy a set of controllers for it. You know,
Yeah, I assume this would be for the cheaper Vision that comes out, theoretically.
yeah, whatever the SE model is or whatever.
Yeah, it's got to be under $1,000.
You
Or
think they're
else-
gonna go $2,000 lower than what they already have?
They have to if they want to sell these
They
things
should.
at scale.
They should.
Like their closest competitor is the Quest 3. Now, granted, it's a much lower
Spec.
quality spec
Yeah.
product, but like your experience doesn't differ that vastly. It's software basically, because I mean the Quest 3 is actually really good as far as gaming goes. I will never buy a Quest in my life ever again, though, due to my experience with trying to update a Quest 2 and it completely bricking the device, but that's another story altogether.
Oof.
Yeah,
Do you want to
Anyway.
get that off your chest?
it's off. Along
I
with
can
all
t-
the
I can
hair,
talk about it
'cause it was
more if
never
you
there.
want. I'm good at that.
All right, let's talk about. I'm gonna steal a page out of old Owen's book here. These aren't
Smart.
these aren't
contacts.
Xbox games. These are Prime games. So
Prime
every
games.
month,
What's a Prime game?
every
These are-
month, Amazon Prime offers a bunch of free games to Amazon Prime subscribers, and this month in particular, they are going hog wild, giving out free games because it's in correlation with their new show Secret Level, which debuted today as of this recording. And if you remember, we talked about Secret Level back when it was announced. It's that collection of computer animated shorts that take place in the various video game universes, made by the same guys that do the Love, Death, and Robots stuff on Netflix.
Hey,
So
I feel like
good.
this is just a giant advertisement to get like people to snap up.
It
Like,
really-
do you want to continue with this? Like, this is just like a beta test for the like a audience testing.
Indeed, there's even a game on there that isn't out anymore, Concord. You know, the one that got canceled
Yeah,
2 weeks
that's right.
ago. Concord, the Concord short is still
From the
gonna be there.
grave.
Yeah, you can hear the moans from underground. It's still alive down there, buried.
Still alive.
So the games they're giving away, though, let me get down to the list here. So
the
we
Outer
got-
Worlds.
Yep, Outer Worlds is on there. Space Marine 40 Warhammer 40K Space Marine. That's an old game because it's the first Space Marine. But
Yeah.
let me tell you, I played it just 2 months ago all the way through. It holds up. It's quite fun still. Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition, Space Hulk Deathwing Enhanced Edition, Necromunda Hired Gun. And that is only a few of what's on there. Go check out, I think it's, what is it? Prime.
Gaming.amazon.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Gaming.amazon.
it's not always intuitive to get there. And when I got there, I couldn't believe that they were giving them away. I was like, wait, you just click this? And
Yeah,
it's
all you
got
got
to
to
go?
do is sign in with your Prime
Yeah.
account.
That's it.
Spelunky, Mega Man 11,
Yep. Those ones
so
are
good.
available on Amazon Luna too.
Warhammer 40K Dawn of War. Oh, wait,
Oh,
a
yeah.
Spelunky a Luna game?
Yeah,
Oh,
same
no.
with Mega Man. You can also play
No,
Assassin's Creed
Spelunky is
Mega Man.
on GOG.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a GOG. But they do also have a selection of Amazon Luna games that you
Yeah.
can play as well. Like Death Stranding Director's Cut,
Mega
Split
Man
Second.
11. It says Mega Man 11 here too.
Might be
Yeah,
on both. yeah.
Amazon. Yeah, Amazon Luna. I don't
So-
know. Do you guys are you guys still anti those gaming platforms like that, or do you think that that's making
Well-
a carving out of space?
They finally decided to team up with, instead of trying to push their own crap Amazon gaming launcher,
Yeah.
they've teamed up now with other launchers. So these are all redeemable through GOG or Epic Games Launcher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's better actually.
So it is much better the way that they're doing it now.
If it were Steam, that'd be amazing.
Steam
Yeah.
would be way cool. Yeah. So anyway, go check it out. There's bound to be a couple of games on there that you want to pick up for free, all you have to do is sign in with your Amazon Prime account and then link your Prime account to GOG, your GOG account, and your Epic Games account.
Yeah, or if you know somebody that's like not into gaming, just let them have you log them in. What did I try and say?
I don't know.
Have them
What are
let you log in as them and take the game. There you go.
From them.
Just
From
make
them.
sure
They
you
don't play.
apply it to your GOG
Your
account.
yes.
and
But because
your-
they're using separate launchers now, that makes that possible,
yeah.
right? Because before it was through Amazon.
Let me see if I missed any noteworthy ones. I think we got most of them. But anyway, yeah, cool stuff. Check it out. All right, moving along to news that actually we'll do that one in just a sec. Jaron, tell us about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. That came out this week.
Yeah, it's getting incredible reviews. It's on
Yeah.
Game Pass, so I've loaded it up myself and went through like the first 20 minutes because I haven't had time. It's been a busy week. But graphics are incredible. They are just amazing. But looking at the graphics on Xbox, it kind of makes me question the purpose of the PS5 Pro.
Well, you and a lot of other people out there.
Yeah, because it's 1800p, so it's extremely sharp. 60 FPS with global illumination ray tracing. They're able to achieve that on the Xbox Series X.
Now, one thing to consider though is this is an offshoot of the id Tech engine that Machine Games is working with, and the id Tech engine is just so incredibly well optimized, especially considering the visuals that it puts out.
Yeah.
There's nothing out there like it right now, really.
But look at first-party games on PS5. The upgrade from the PS5 Pro, it's not that significant in many cases. And seeing all of the issues with PSSR lately, I understand that could get better over time. But right now, it in some instances, like FSR2 is better, and FSR2 has been the worst of the pack.
I was going to say, those are words we never thought we'd say.
Right. Like some of the patches to fix the PS5 Pro patches have been to take PSSR out and
Put
use
FSR2
other
again.
upscaling technologies.
Or what's the one that Epic has built in? TSR, I think.
Yeah. So if you can get these kind of results on a Series X and most likely just a normal PS5, like you're getting a PS5 Pro for just 2 or 3 upgrades. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
That one was a very good upgrade, yeah.
Yeah, just because they were crappy in the PS5 version that came out.
Yep.
Don't you dare talk nice about Final Fantasy VII now after that last debacle.
No, I'm calling them lazy for not making the PS5 version as good as it could have been.
All right.
Anyway, just seeing Indiana Jones and what's possible on current gen consoles, which is like 4 years out now from when they first came out, it's just astonishing what developers can do.
Yeah. What's interesting about the current gen consoles is the biggest bottleneck is the thing that everyone was excited for the most when they came out, which is the CPU. The CPU is currently the biggest bottleneck on those consoles, and it is orders of magnitude better than the CPUs that were in the PS4 and the Xbox One. And so to see that even with that, the CPU is still the bottleneck in a lot of cases. That's
And the PS5 Pro
very
did not
interesting.
even touch the CPU.
No, they didn't. I think there was like a 10% frequency increase,
Yeah.
or something like that on the
So like
on the
a
CPU.
30 to 40% rasterization improvement from the PS5. Like nerds like me might upgrade my GPU for that just because we're obsessive. But
I would totally upgrade for a 30 to 40% increase. Yeah.
well, 4090 was bigger than that, wasn't it?
4090 was
Yeah.
just crazy though.
Like if it was that small of an increase, I would have a hard time justifying it, but I probably still would. But like, I don't know. It's yeah. Indiana
think
Jones is amazing.
The biggest thing with the PlayStation that once it's worked out better is PSSR. The fact that they got that up and running, and when it's put in correctly, it's almost as good as DLSS. And so the image quality you get is greatly improved over FSR and whatnot when it's implemented correctly. Unfortunately, as we're seeing and we talked about, it's not always
Well,
the case,
like,
but
are you sure though when it's implemented correctly? Like other games use different technologies, different ways to
yeah, that's true. I
to
mean,
to produce a frame, and maybe PSSR just sucks in with certain
with yeah,
technologies.
well, you can even see that with Horizon Forbidden West. They didn't use PSSR. They used their own in-house thing still, even with the PS5 Pro, and it has, according to Digital Foundry, some of, if not the best image quality of all the PlayStation games right now.
What was that,
Pro.
Lando?
I hiccuped.
All right, let's move it along. Lando has crickets. Rickets? You got rickets?
I have crickets. I prepared the in-between game. That was a lot of work.
Oh, okay.
So I'm allowed to do that every once in a while. That's all.
What game are you still playing Balatro, Lando? Is that your
I'm actually switched. I switched games
Slay
to
the
Slay the Spire. We talked about that last week.
okay?
Owen, in news that nobody ever questioned.
You didn't
have
need to
your-
say that. Didn't need to say
said-
that.
Nobody ever thought differently. I am
I'm
an anime nerd.
You guys didn't know that.
Owen, we've seen your Plex server.
We've seen your face.
Oh.
It screams, "I'm an anime nerd."
I'm an anime nerd, I guess. But I don't like I'm not. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna
Hey,
go
man,
with
there's
this.
nothing wrong with liking what you like.
I'm just gonna say, yeah. I'm not gonna let you guys yuck my yum. If you say. Anyway, there's a game coming out, for Demon Slayer. So
What's
I
that?
really like.
Is that one of your
Demon-
favorite animes?
Yeah, Demon Slayer. It's a
Okay.
very, very popular anime. But that's what I'm finding is that it's an echo chamber.
You ever
if
heard
you
of
like-
Demon Slayer, Jaron?
I haven't.
Yeah, me
Exactly.
neither.
So here's the
Lando?
No.
Are you guys
Very
anime
popular.
nerds?
Okay, tell us about this very
Are
popular
you-
anime.
Are you an anime nerd, Tony?
I am not. Oh, that's
No.
Tony.
Okay, Lando's not. Jaron, do
Does
you watch
Pokemon
anime?
count as an anime?
No, it does not. Jaron, do you watch anime?
I've seen an anime.
Okay, so no. Tony, you're the closest to an anime nerd that I'm going to say.
because I like I'll watch One Punch Man and I'll watch
Okay,
My
okay.
Hero Academia.
So
and-
my point stands. You guys are not anime nerds. You can't use this
We are not.
3-to-1 this 3-to-1 gang up and say that's very popular and throw some
Attack on
shade.
Titan.
Okay, good anime. That's a
Why are
good
you,
anime.
why are you so defensive?
Because Tony attacked me, and I don't have the confidence when Tony does it. I'm used to it from you, Jaron. I've got defenses upon defenses. But when Tony does it, I have to go cry. Okay? Anyway, Demon Slayer game. If you like Demon Slayer, there's a game calling out.
What's Demon Slayer?
It's a,
What are we talking about?
you know what? Move along. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Demon Slayer. Yeah. So
The game show? We're talking about anime? What's happening?
it's a game based on the anime. It's called the Hino Kanami Chronicles 2.
Oh, is
It's
this like a
coming out.
JRPG based in the
It's
style
coming
of
out
anime?
in 2025, and that's about all we know about it. And if you like,
Why are we talking about it?
Because he
This is a
likes
game.
this anime
Because-
and he's excited
because-
for the
Okay,
game.
okay.
and the last
Sorry,
time,
sorry to yuck on your yum.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
I take
good.
it back.
It's good. It's
I take
good,
it back.
especially
You're fine. Go
because
ahead. Do your thing.
it's good. Thank you. Because the other option is to just put crickets on the show notes. Lando.
He's got you there.
All right.
Shutting up
So
now.
yeah. Anyway, this is the second one, which I didn't know. There was a one called the Hinokami Chronicles. I guess I'm not that big of a super nerd. I just really like the anime, and this came up in my feed, and so I put it on here. So,
What kind of game is it?
18 characters. Looks like a fighting game.
It looks like
fi-
a fighting game.
Well,
There's no looks. It
so-
sounds like
You
a
didn't
fighting
even
game.
look into it, and you're
No,
excited. for it?
there's not anything. There's nothing for it. There just says 18 characters. So I didn't look into the first one, the first game. This is the second game, and I didn't know the first one existed, and I ran out
There's-
of time.
There's a story mode and a versus mode. It looks
There
like.
you go.
But
Story
what
modes.
kind of game is it? Is
Fight
it?
your way through the events of the Entertainment District arc, Swordsmith Village arc, and Hashira Training arc from the anime adaptation. So this
I'm only
company-
excited. I'm only
Action
excited about
adventure?
Jaron. Looks
No.
looks like a fighting game. Though.
So if I'm gonna go out on a limb here, the company making this is CyberConnect 2, and if you look at the games that they've made in the past, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm series, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle, JoJo's Bizarre Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, a lot of these games, they're formatted in a way that you play through the battles of the story. So they'll have the story, and then you play the big battle from the story, and then the single player progresses that way. Now versus mode, yeah, it's basically a fighting game.
Yeah. So the story mode is like there'll be like a clip scene between the fights. I think
That's
you get that.
I'm pretty sure
progress.
that's what it is.
I'm only excited for the game because it applies to my anime. I have never played. My son got the Naruto game. He really liked it. The JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, another anime my son's into. I didn't really like that one, but that makes sense because those are all kind of in the same vein. So, but Demon Slayer has been a pretty large phenomenon this last few years. So
Cool.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it only for the brand recognition.
There you go. All right, let's do a quick lightning round. Mine is just that Cyberpunk 2077 is still alive and kicking, baby. They got a surprise. They dropped today a surprise update, a fairly large update that they said they were done doing large updates for Cyberpunk, but they're still pumping them out. 2.2 is the update number that dropped today, and it adds a whole bunch of mostly cosmetic stuff. You can change the look of your cars a lot and save different looks. There's a whole bunch of cosmetic things they added for the characters, for your character creator. One cool thing, though, is if you change the look of your car while you're being pursued by the cops, if you do it in somewhere where they're out of line of sight, they don't recognize you once your car paint color
I
is
still
changed.
want to play this game, but I feel like I'm not going to get the best version because I'm not playing with the 4070 or the 4090. But that's what's held me back from playing this game.
You have a 3080 Ti, and you're going to play it. You're going to be able to play it quite well. Very high settings. But
Did you like this game, Jaren? Did you like Cyberpunk 2077?
I liked it until the open world came. Then it was just this massive map with a billion things to do. I'm like, I'm out.
I love it. You got side quest fatigue.
Oh yeah, like before I even
Decision
started,
paralysis?
It sounds
on
like-
the
they're
side
just
quest.
like, do this, do that.
Borderlands 3, The
V,
Witcher.
why don't you do this? V, I
Yeah.
got your car back. Like,
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that for sure.
why am I motivated to do any of these things at this point?
To level up your character, obviously.
Why?
Yeah,
Become
why?
a legend. Become a legend
Why?
in Cyberpunk. Why do you play any games? Why do you play Balatro? That game's dumb.
I
Burn!
try and get better high scores. That's what I try and do.
Oh, there you go. Level up your character. I mean, it's the same thing.
Whoa, why do you grind any game? I guess is the question.
Yeah.
That's why I don't play a lot of games anymore. But okay, whatever.
3 people on our podcast, like 3 people listening, just stopped playing games completely because of that. that
Probably.
conversation. They're
I'm
like,
not
why
smart
do
enough,
I?
apparently, to
They're like,
play.
why?
Existential game
Balatro.
crisis.
Yeah, they're like, why do I play games?
What am I
That's
doing?
it.
Why am I doing this?
I'm out.
So anyway, yeah. And then a whole bunch of, bug fixes and stuff as well along the way. So yeah, pretty large update. And they say they're working on some more stuff. So, it's not quite,
Okay.
it's, they're still going, still pumping out some good stuff for the old,
Okay.
Cyberpunk 2077. Jaren, do you have a lightning round story?
Yeah, I got 1.4, which rounds down to 1. RPCS3 is coming out on ARM chips, which is kind of amazing because this is the PlayStation 3 emulator.
That thing barely runs good on x86 stuff, though.
Exactly, but it's coming on ARM chips. Tested on Apple Silicon as well as the Raspberry Pi 5. Shocking that it would run on that. Granted, they say they limit it to 30 FPS on the Raspberry Pi 5, but the fact that can even happen on some games, pretty amazing. Really
Pretty
cool.
Really cool. Throw on Apple Silicon and see what it does.
Yeah. My real lightning round is that Steam machines are coming back.
You think they actually will?
I think so.
I think
What's
they
a
might.
Steam machine?
They are changing so Valve, who makes the Steam Deck, They use SteamOS on their own hardware. 10 years ago or so, Valve tried to do a Steam Machine push, basically a Valve box that lets you play Steam games on
In your living room.
Linux hooked up to a TV. So basically their own home console. That didn't work because developers didn't want to port anything to Linux because it was a lot of work and with very little payoff.
Yeah.
However, with SteamOS today, it's a very different story. Developers don't have to code specifically for Linux builds. They can just use the Proton compatibility layer.
Mhm.
So a game coded for Windows works on SteamOS. Much better. And in many cases, games work better on SteamOS because SteamOS automatically compiles shaders,
Yeah.
which is a huge deal. And it has great support for controllers and a bunch of other nice shortcuts that are nice for gaming, like FPS limiters that also limit the hertz of the display, stuff like that.
A lot of quality of life stuff.
Yeah, a lot of quality of life stuff. Anyway, so they have updated their branding guide to that basically has like branding that says compatible with, or powered by SteamOS. That's what it is. So this is implying that there's going to be many more devices out there, handhelds, hopefully home box, like console like boxes. I'm very curious how this is going to pan out with non-AMD equipment out there, because right now
Yeah.
SteamOS only is on AMD. NVIDIA's support for Linux has famously been not that great in the past. So I'm really curious how this would work with NVIDIA cards out there. Valve has also been working on...
Doesn't Valve make the drivers though for their AMD stuff? I think they make their own drivers.
I would expect that they work with AMD though on that. But that's a good question. Like, would they be making their own NVIDIA drivers? I don't know.
Yeah.
NVIDIA has been better lately about putting out Linux drivers, but Valve has also been testing ARM compatibility with SteamOS. So that'd be awesome if you can have an ARM chip
Guess who makes
box.
good ARM chips and powerful GPUs on one SoC?
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
baby.
And really curious what that performance would be like, because Proton is only doing x86. Now it'd have to be doing ARM, x86 to ARM, Windows
Yeah.
to Linux.
Three layers, 2 layers, I guess. So Valve does create its own drivers for the Steam Deck. So I'm sure they get some pointers and whatnot from AMD, but they could do the same thing for NVIDIA if they wanted to.
Yep. So the space is about to get really spicy. I'm excited to see what happens.
Me
That'd be
too.
cool.
I would not mind dumping Windows for SteamOS on my gaming PC.
You
Oh,
would you
man.
do it?
I would totally do it because I don't use it for...
What about the other launchers though?
Yeah, the other launchers. You don't care about you're
Yeah, what about the launchers?
He's into
The-
Steam. He's Steam, that's it. Steam
I
games.
have like 3 games from other launchers that I care about, and I can go through the trouble of getting those on Linux, so I have to. I mean,
I have too many games I like on the other launchers.
Heroic Launcher works.
Plus Game
So-
Pass.
Yeah,
Game
I don't care
Pass.
about Game Pass.
I do a ton on Game
even
Pass.
though I just said I played a game from Game Pass.
I was gonna say
I
you
don't care
just
about
talked about Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I'd still do it.
Dual boot,
I-
baby.
I'd probably end up dual booting, because I need the Windows stuff for everything else I do on this computer, all the editing and all that jazz.
Right.
but- Nice. All right, very interesting stuff. That is the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for making it to the end and downloading us. Before we go, though, big shout out to our awesome Patreon backers, patreon.com/helpdeskarcade. Lando's getting really close to the camera because he is super excited to tell you what
I
those
am the
Patreon
Patreon.
benefits are.
I'm the Patreon pimper. And you guys have heard the spiel right now, but if you haven't subscribed to Patreon yet, what are you doing? You are missing out on so much good stuff. Real quick list: super secret Discord channel for Patreon onlys. Lots of spicy stuff in there. Huge debates happening. If you're not seeing that, you're missing out. FOMO, baby. You're missing the in-between. The in-between's where real good stuff happens. That's our bonus show. We do it just for you because we record both shows in the same night, and we talk about things in between, and we record it and let you listen, and it's the best. You get both shows early, ad-free, the whole enchilada show. It's the best. And yeah, if you give us $6 or more, you can change your name in Patreon to be whatever you want it to be, and then Jaron has to say it, and it's pretty fun. So, yeah, do the thing. Go press the money. We don't need $6. We don't. If you want to give us $6 because you really like us, we'll always be eternally grateful. Like, we really are grateful for our $6 and up backers. Like, they are superb. We love them so much. But you know what? Our dollar subscribers are also great too. They get lots of good stuff too. Jaron, do the thing.
Thank you to David Broshinsky, Interrupting Cow, Aaron Faulkner, Connor Keesaw. The best stickers are made by Pieman Graphics.
Yeah, they are.
You guys are best. The best.
You
Mr.
guys are
Conover,
best.
you guys are best. Mr. Conover, CUVUHR by PP. Jason Eatman, how many dollars to not hear from Lambo again? Purveyor of fine Himalayan ketchups. Be the 8-year-old. Kyle, Michael Shane, Tony the Excel and Power Apps nerd. Travis Johnson by Geekshow Arcade Top Desk stickers at Pieman Graphics on Etsy. Jeremy, No Name No Color. Keslow, Eric Steinman, Eric Cruz, the in-between rating plus 17. There's always money in the banana stand.
Yeah, there is.
DP,
Always.
Lambo leaps lovingly while longing for letters from Lang. Wesley, Landon and his games are the best.
Yeah, they are.
Especially this last one is amazing.
It was a good one.
Stuart Lloyd, you can avoid reality, but cannot avoid the consequences of avoiding reality. And finally, so-and-so.
All right. Thank you so much, Patreon backers. You are fantastic. This is the end. Owen, why don't you... What? Wait. Oh, hang on.
What is happening? God, professional.
That's what's happening.
Professional.
It's late is what's happening.
It's
even,
late.
Even for me, it's feeling kind of
11
late.
o'clock. Oof.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for making it to the end. Owen, why don't you finish this off? Just
Hey.
put a bullet in us.
Hey, listen. We hope you care.